I don't think it's y'all's in, but I've done everything I can over here, and I'm not picking up anything he's saying. All right, court calls numbers CR 25-63 and CR 25-190, State of Texas versus Oscar Fabian Banda. Mr. Banda, sir, if you'll raise your right hand, I'm going to place you under oath. Sir, do you swear that the testimony you give to the court today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. You have to say something. You can't shake it. And we're having some technical difficulties today, so it's very hard for me to hear. So just make sure you speak up as loud as you can. Okay. All right, Mr. Banda, are you a United States citizen who reads, writes, and speaks English?
Sure.
And have you ever been diagnosed with a mental condition?
No, sir.
No. Let's see, Mr. Abraham, we're gonna have to do something else because I can't hardly hear anything he's saying. I don't know what we're gonna do, but I don't think it's y'all's in, but I've done everything I can over here, and I'm not picking up anything he's saying.
I'm gonna try them out now and Zoom tomorrow and see if it's better.
And let me ask, Mr. Hartwell, are you able to hear them better? Is it normal for you?
Your Honor, I can hear Mr. Schmidt. I was unable to hear Mr. Banda though, so it may be where the microphone is located, or if they're using the portable versus the in computer.
Maybe just unplug that microphone, plug it back in. Let's make sure that it's routing to the right input.
6-5 what?
1. We let Mr. Smith in on his cell phone, and we're going to see if perhaps.
Let me try something. Mr. Banda, just say something for me. Say your name.
Oscar Banda.
Okay, I think we'll get through with it. I'm just gonna put my microphone on my speaker. Can y'all still hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Mr. Banda. Have you ever been diagnosed with a mental condition?
No. Oh.
And in this case, you're represented by your attorney, Mr. Richard Schmidt. Are you pleased with Mr. Schmidt and the work he's done as your attorney?
Sir.
And do you have any questions about any of the paperwork that your plea agreement that you've read over and signed today?
No, sir.
Mr. Schmidt, do you believe Mr. Banda to be competent? If so, do you believe that he's entering into this plea agreement intentionally, knowingly, and voluntarily after being fully admonished and informed of his rights?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Banda, I see that. My paperwork to pull up there. Mr. Banda, I see cause number CR 25-190. You have been charged with the offense of continuous violence against the family. And Mr. Schmidt, Mr. Hartwell, the judgment says he's pleading by information.
That's correct, Judge.
Is there a waiver of indictment?
It's contained in the plea admonishments, Judge. We've waived within the plea admonishments in that document. There's no independent waiver of indictment.
Okay. Mr. Banda, do you understand that you have the right to have this case presented to a grand jury for them to determine whether or not they believe that there's enough evidence to proceed in the case? Have you held over for trial? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that you are the only one that can waive your right to a grand jury indictment. You understand that? Are you asking the court to allow you to waive your right to a grand jury indictment and to proceed in this case by allowing the state of Texas to file this case formally against you by information rather than by indictment?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I see that upon your plea of guilty to the charged offense of continuous violence against the family, that is a third-degree felony that does carry a range of punishment of not less than 2 years in prison, not more than 10 years in prison, and a possible fine not to exceed $10,000. Plea agreement appears to be upon you pleading guilty. The state's recommending that your punishment be assessed at 10 years confinement in prison. Also, a fine of $2,500, restitution in the amount of $2,640.39, court cost of $290, and reimbursement fees of $15. You would also receive credit towards your sentence for any time that you spend in jail on this cost. At this point, Mr. Schmidt, what is the credit time for Mr. Bando?
Oh, just a moment, Judge. I'll pull it up for you. I mean, got 197 days, Judge.
197.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Mr. Bando, you would be entitled to 197 days credit towards your sentence. So, Mr. Bando, understanding the range of punishment, understanding the plea agreement, at this time, I would ask you, how do you plead to continuous violence against the family? Are you pleading guilty to that offense because you are guilty of committing that offense?
Yeah.
Okay. And Mr. Bando, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or pressured you to plead guilty?
Oh, sir.
All right, court will accept the defendant's plea of guilt. Mr. Schmidt, any objection to the evidence?
No objection.
The evidence is admitted and the court takes judicial notice of the defendant's judicial confession. I also see that part of this agreement, the state is filing or has filed a motion to dismiss and cause for CR 25-63, which appears to be the charge of attempted murder. And what about, let's see, is that the only, those are the only two charges that Mr. Banda has this time?
Those are the only two filed charges, yes, Your Honor.
All right, anything further from the state?
Your Honor, there should be a victim impact statement with the court. If not, I can get a copy over to you. Other than that, state is in compliance with victim services.
Yes, I do not have a copy. Let me double check my notebook here, but I don't believe that I do have a copy. Do you have one scanned in your system that you could display so the court could review that before I pronounce this?
Let me see if I do, Your Honor. If not, I can have one emailed over. I know it would take a little bit of time. Your Honor, I would have to have one emailed over to you. I can get that done in the next just a couple of minutes here.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that because I need to review it before
Yes, sir.
process this. Mr. Schmidt, anything further from the defense?
No, Judge, just that Mr. Hartwell said these are the only two charges that the state has filed. It's my understanding that this was the only charge that he had pending against him. I wanted to make sure that there were no unfiled Van Zandt County charges that haven't been resolved with this plea as well. In other words, we don't want any unfinished business. I don't know that there is any. I didn't think there was. But other than that, nothing.
And Your Honor, there are a couple of other unfiled misdemeanor cases. If those were not included in the judgment, then we can definitely make sure that we get those included.
So you're going to formally reject those?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will note for the record that
And for the record, Your Honor, those would be DA control number 2025-177, 179, and 180, which is a resisting arrest, an interference with emergency request for assistance, and a misdemeanor level unlawful restraint.
Are you satisfied with that, Mr. Schmidt?
Yes, sir.
All right, court will note for the record that the state part of the plea agreement is agreeing to reject those aforementioned misdemeanor unfollowed misdemeanors. All right, the court's going to review the evidence.
And Your Honor, those should be on their way to you. I still have to create a tracking sheet for you to sign, but the document should be on its way.
Well, if you just want to send over, just email it over, I can sign it later. This will be good enough for me to review it.
Yes.
And I have it. I'm going to review it. Mr. Hartwell, the only issue I have a question about is there was a claimed restitution at state of $20,000. Has that been?
Yes, Your Honor. The that restitution included multiple different items. What we could track for what would actually qualify for restitution, the amount that's in the judgment is for the medical bills, which was the only claim that we were able to verify as actual restitution. The rest of the claimed amount would have to go through a civil process.
Okay, very good. All right, the court having considered the victim impact statement, the evidence, the court finds that there is enough evidence to convict the defendant of the offense. The court follows the plea agreement. The court hereby convicts the defendant, Oscar Fabian Banda, of continuous violence against the family, a third-degree felony. The court finds that Mr. Banda has intentionally, knowingly, voluntarily waived his right to an indictment, has had the assistance of counsel in doing so. The court follows the plea agreement, accepting his plea of guilty, assesses punishment at 10 years confinement. The Texas Department of Criminal Justice orders him to pay a $2,500 fine, restitution in the amount of $2,640.39, and court costs of $290, and reimbursement fees of $15. The court awards Mr. Banda 197 days credit towards his sentence for the time that he's spent in jail on his spouse. Mr. Banda, you hereby remand to the custody of the sheriff so to carry out the terms and conditions of the sentence. I'm going to have you step over to be fingerprinted. Once you're released from TDC, you need to make arrangements to pay your fines and court costs.
Hey, thanks for watching. Please do let us know in the comments what you thought of this video. If you'd like to support what we do here, the best way to do it is to pick up some of our merch. You can find it at courtroomfiles.com.